Chapter 14, Escape and Escalation. The Dallas Union Station teemed with travelers, the sound of announcements echoing through the cavernous space. Cody sat slumped over in his seat, his hat pulled low, while PJ shook him roughly. "Come on, man," PJ hissed, his voice low but urgent. "Wake the fuck up. We gotta get off." Cody groaned, his eyes fluttering open. Across from them, a uniformed porter stood, arms crossed and thoroughly unimpressed. "Bachelor party last night," PJ offered with a tight smile. "He'll be all right." The porter didn't buy it. "Get him up and get him off, or I'll call the APD." Cody rubbed his face, glaring as he struggled to his feet. "Who, me?" he slurred, defiance thick in his tone. The porter's patience snapped. "You deaf?" he snapped, turning to grab his radio. PJ didn't wait for the situation to escalate further. "Let's go," he growled, dragging Cody toward the exit. They stumbled down the narrow train steps, Cody's protests echoing as they bypassed the proper platform and landed directly on the tracks. "You can't go that way," the porter shouted after them, his voice tinged with anger and disbelief. "Those are live tracks." A train horn blared in the distance, the sound deep and menacing. Cody and PJ froze, the approaching headlights bearing down on them. "Move!" PJ barked, yanking Cody across the tracks. They scrambled to the other side, narrowly avoiding the oncoming train. They hopped a chain-link fence, landing hard on the pavement beyond. Breathless and disheveled, they darted toward the glowing sign of a budget car rental facility nearby. Inside, the air-conditioned office was a haven of calm compared to the chaos they'd left behind. But the line, 14 people deep, was anything but encouraging. A harried desk agent waved a family forward, trying to keep things moving. "You can go directly to the car lot," the agent said, handing the father some paperwork. "Pick any car you want and give the paperwork to the agent at the gate." PJ scanned the room nervously, eyes darting to the glass entrance, half expecting Amtrak police to burst through. Cody, oblivious, opened his guitar case and popped 2 pills. "Let's go," PJ muttered. "Where are we going?" Cody asked, his words slurring. "Away from here before we get arrested." Following the family to the lot, PJ saw his opportunity. He called out to the father, his tone laced with urgency. "Excuse me, sir. There was a mix-up," he said, closing the distance. "The agent gave you my paperwork. Yours is still printing. They asked me to come let you know." The father frowned, clutching the documents. "I'm sorry, but this has my name on it." PJ's expression darkened. "Listen here and listen good. Give me the paperwork before someone gets hurt. And it ain't gonna be one of them cute little girls." The father's face went pale. Slowly, he handed over the paperwork, his trembling hands betraying his fear. PJ snatched it, flashing a tight smile. "Now walk to the end of the garage," he instructed, jerking his head toward the exit. The family complied, hurrying away as PJ waved Cody over. They pulled up to the gate in a silver pickup truck, PJ handing the paperwork to the attendant. "I'll need your license too," the attendant said. "Showed it to the guy inside," PJ replied smoothly. "We need it again to release the car." PJ sighed, then leaned down and opened the guitar case. He pulled out the nickel-plated .45, leveling it at the attendant. "Open sesame," he said with an icy calm. The attendant's face drained of color as she fumbled for the gate controls. The barrier lifted, and PJ grinned. "Thank you kindly," he said before tearing out of the lot. The truck roared onto the highway, the city sprawling out around them. Cody leaned out the passenger side window, gulping in air like a dog on a joyride. "Where the hell are we going?" he asked, his voice muffled by the wind. "I booked you a show at Billy Bob's tonight for $2,000, you retarded-ass cracker," PJ shot back. Cody bristled. "Why you gotta use the C word when I can't use the N word?" "You mean nigger?" PJ said without flinching. "The most controversial word in history? You ever read Mark Twain? Go right ahead. Call me what you want." Cody hesitated, then chuckled darkly. "When I was a kid, we'd do these long Sunday drives in the beat-up old station wagon. At every gas station, my parents would buy a map and one of those joke books. Polack jokes, WAP jokes. Mama would read them out loud, pretending we didn't know what they meant. But I did. And you know what? It meant I'm as much of a nigger as you are." PJ let out a low laugh. "So, my friend, you finally learned. No lives matter." Cody leaned back, the moment hanging between them like a fragile truce. We better ditch this car. Why? PJ snapped. We just stole it. GPS tracking. All rentals have 'em. Goddamn technology, PJ muttered, his knuckles tightening on the wheel. You got cash on you? Prize money, Cody replied. Fine, PJ said, jerking the wheel toward a luxury hotel. Screw it. PJ and Cody stepped out of the pickup, handing the keys to a startled valet. Without a glance back, they strolled across the lot, blending into the flow of foot traffic. They flagged down a taxi, sliding into the back seat. Where to? The cabbie asked, his accent thick. Billy Bob's, PJ said, leaning back with a grin. The cab pulled away, the city swallowing them whole.